when you get to be 87 years old, you know who to look for the proper position at the proper time. We have found him.
And when I walked through the streets of colonial Williamsburg, I just breathed in what was taking place about 230 years ago. I breathed in that there was a time when patriots would join together, perhaps in a barn out in the woods someplace, where they could talk about the issues of the day, where they could talk about the changes that needed to be made.
And it became more and more obvious over the past 8 to 10 years that despite all the great and wonderful things our country has done and is capable of doing, that our government had somehow escaped the box that it came in. Because our government came in a box, it came in a box called the Constitution, and I gotta tell you, this is the year that we need to remind David Price what it means to have a constitutional federal government.
Would you talk about your view of traditional values?
I can go all the way back to this little book I carry around with me, and I think that the idea that we as Americans have something to defend here. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and that they are endowed with, they are created with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For me, that's about as traditional as it gets.
And of course, they were talking about waging a war against King George. The war that we need to wage will be done in the ballot. We need to vote. We need to get rid of a person who mastered the fine art of going and collecting a check once a month for the 11th district, as the 4th district here, and replace it with somebody who will actually do something.
But I'm not going to Washington for a salary. I'm going to Washington to represent you, the people of the 4th District, and indeed our entire nation, based upon principles. Based upon the traditional conservative principles, the most traditional conservative principles outlined in our United States Constitution.
So I want you to think that this is tonight is the beginning of the next revolution. It's peaceful, non-violent, but a revolution that we really can change every aspect, starting right here in Orange County in the 4th Congressional District. So welcome and thank you.